Senate begins reenactment process of Nigeria's Armed Forces Act as House of Representatives calls for suspension of computer-based tests by West African Examination Council. People's Democratic Party adopts conflict resolution mechanism to hold 2025 elective national convention. Anglican Primate Henry Ndukuba urges Nigerians to keep hope alive despite challenges. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The Senate is in the process of repealing and reenacting the Nigeria Armed Forces Act, part of which makes provision to prohibit enlistment of persons below 18 years in the military. This is in alignment with the Child Rights Act and international humanitarian standards. Other proposals in the bill seek extension of protection of rights to non-commissioned officers to boost morale and fairness. The bill, sponsored by Senator Abdulaziz Yar'Adua, also seeks to reinforce the President's constitutional authority as Commander-in-Chief and vest the day-to-day operational command in the Chief of Defense Staff. When passed and assented to, qualified military lawyers will be able to represent the armed forces in civil courts.
The armed forces of Nigeria remain the cornerstone of our sovereignty and national security. They have stood gallantly in defense of our nation, from combating insurgency and terrorism to peacekeeping across Africa. However, the existing Armed Forces Act, rooted in a 1960s military decree, and last consolidated in 2004, no longer meets today's realities.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has passed a resolution urging the Federal Ministry of Education and the West African Examination Council to suspend the commencement of its computer-based examination in 2026, citing inadequate facilities and preparation. Adopting a motion of urgent national importance by Representative Kelechi Nwogu, the House noted that the technical glitches that led to the shutting down of WIEC's 2025 results portal are indications that time is not ripe for commencement of the computer-based examination policy.
To start this policy now, without adequate preparation, suggesting that the Federal Ministry of Education and Examination Body should have at least 3 years projection to commence the policy by 2029-2030 academic year. Consigned that the outcome of the WIEC result of students who are considered to be leaders of tomorrow using CBE will be devastating if allowed to commence.
This motion is referred to the Committees on Basic Education, Digital and Information Technology, Basic Examination Bodies, Labor, Employment and Productivity for further legislative action.
Lawmakers also condemned poor sanitary conditions in some parts of the nation's capital, while also highlighting security threats posed by non-functional streetlights in Abuja and environs.
Drainages and sewage systems and the pervasive darkness from dysfunctional street lights in the Federal Capital Territory FCT Abuja.
Especially during rainy season. If you see the kind of hold-up caused by blockages of drainages in Abuja, you will be shocked.
Go to Gorimpa and see the filth. They have taken over the streets. The cleaners that are going around the city doing some manual cleaning, they are off the streets.
I think the starting point is to acknowledge and commend efforts that are being made and then make recommendations or suggestions on how to improve on what is on ground.
An ad hoc committee was constituted to look into waste management as well as dysfunctional street lights in the nation's capital and to make recommendations for legislative and executive action. The 2025 elective national convention of the PDP will hold this weekend in Ibadan, Oyo State, scheduled, bearing in mind that the minority will always have their say, while the majority their way. The Adolphus Wabara-led Board of Trustees of the party was of this opinion while receiving a report from its Reconciliation Committee ahead of the convention. Timothy Yusuf reports.
It's a 6-man reconciliation committee set up by the Wabara-led PDP Board of Trustees to reconcile all aggrieved members ahead of the party's 2025 elective national convention slated for this weekend in Ibadan, Oyo State. Headed by Ambassador Hassan Adamu, the Wakili Adamawa, each member represents the 6 geopolitical zones. After meeting with all critical organs and stakeholders of the party, the committee recommended that the scheduled convention holds while reconciliation continues afterwards.
We have now come up with our recommendation for a hitch-free convention. It's been a very difficult assignment, but since it's for reconciliation, we have done our level best.
As far as the organs of the party, are concerned, the convention will hold. All these problems we have in PDP are self-inflicted problems. Self-inflicted. In politics, it's a function of interest.
BOT restated that majority of the organs of the PDP are in support of the convention, as against the few members who are against it. It, however, believes that its going to the convention is in line with the position of the law. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The federal government wants stakeholders in the advertising industry to sustain efforts in building Nigeria as a brand of prosperity and not a land of crisis. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris at the 5th National Advertising Conference in Abuja said engagements with the international community, including the United States, are working on addressing current challenges misbranding Nigeria. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
Since 2019, this annual platform by the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria has been equipping stakeholders with necessary information needed to address challenges, discuss trends, and set targets. Stakeholders at the 5th edition with the theme Marketing Communication Transforming Businesses and Creating Growth in Challenging Times are united in their desire to sustain the culture of innovative ways of building reputable brands.
This conference is our own industry convergence to learn, unlearn, and relearn better ways of getting out of the very best results in our various business.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation believes participants as custodians of national perception and image should focus on building brands that will project unity and fight falsehood.
When false narratives about Nigeria are spread, especially internationally and also intentionally, it is your creativity, your strategy, and your storytelling that can counterbalance them with truth, with context, and compelling narratives of hope and progress. We need a communication renaissance, one that emphasizes facts over fear, unity over division, and truth over propaganda. We must project Nigeria as it is, a diverse, dynamic, and resilient nation of hard-working people who coexist peacefully, aspire collectively, and strive daily to build a better society.
He emphasized that Nigeria is not a violator of religious freedom.
Let me state clearly and emphatically that this narrative is false. It is a distortion of our reality as a nation of diverse peoples and faith who have lived together peacefully for generations.
Advertisers, media owners, and independent producers are under the same roof created by the regulator in Abuja. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, stakeholders have continued to appraise the giant strides of the President Bola Tinubu administration in the last 2.5 years, while calling on Nigerians to support the renewed hope agenda for a prosperous country. Haruna Mohammed reports that this was at the 65th Nigeria Independence celebration, with the theme, The Journey So Far with the Renewed Hope Agenda in View, held in Kaduna.
It is a moment of reflection and national pride, marking the 65th year of independence with the theme 65 Years of Nigeria's Independence, the journey so far with a renewed hope agenda in view, under the Arewa think tank, a platform that promotes unity, dialogue and strategic national discourse, one after the other, including the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and other top government officials, political stakeholders and development partners discuss Nigeria's progress since independence and the pathway towards a prosperous future under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The President's renewed hope agenda is therefore a clear testament to this foresight, and he has faithfully implemented his pledges and commitment from the very first day when he assumed office on that fateful May 29, 2023.
Gone are the days where you have to have convoy in the morning with full security to escort trucks and cars into Kaduna and go back, still being afraid of being attacked.
We are sure President Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu will take us to the promised land, inshallah.
The lecture, organized by the Arewa think tank, serves not only as a celebration of Nigeria's independence, but as a call to action to all citizens to contribute their quota towards national growth and sustainable development. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Security advisor to the Kogi State Governor, Durojeri Omodara, has cautioned Senator Sunday Karimi against what he described as divisive politics capable of undermining the unity, growth and political relevance of Kogi West. Omodara, in a statement, dismissed recent publications issued by a certain Professor Daniel Bonire on behalf of an unknown Kogi West group, describing them as sponsored attempts to distort facts and malign his reputation. He said he felt compelled to respond in order to shield the public from misinformation. Omodara recalled that Kogi West has consistently demonstrated loyalty and political maturity by aligning with other districts over the years, yet such goodwill has often been met with betrayal and political marginalization. He said the zone must now learn from past experiences and pursue strategic, sincere engagements with other districts if it's used to stand a chance of producing a governor in the future. Addressing the recent protest in Yagba West, Omodara said it bore signs of political manipulation, noting that the senator made no attempt to reach out to the government or stakeholders throughout the three-day unrest. He maintained that his comments on the political undertone of the protest and on the involvement of some youths in supporting bandits were based on verifiable investigations and subsequent arrests. Despite personal attacks and social media mobilization against him, he said he had chosen restraint out of respect for the unity of Kogi West. Reaffirming his commitment to peace and security across the state, Omodara reiterated that no amount of provocation or blackmail would distract him from his duty. He urges Senator Karimi to unite with other leaders, rebuild bridges across open land and mobilize the people for ongoing INEC voter registration, especially as Kogi West still has the lowest number of registered voters. Now, at a time when many Nigerians are weighed down by economic hardship and uncertainty, the primate of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba, wants citizens not to lose faith. And speaking at the 2025 Divine Commonwealth Conference in Abuja, he reminded believers that the nation's trials are not the end of the story, urging all to keep hope alive and continue doing good wherever they are.
At such a time as this, we are encouraging everybody, every citizen of Nigeria, that as God remembered the people of old in their trying times, God will remember us. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. His own timing may not be our timing. His own way may not be our way.
The Primate reaffirmed that God has not abandoned Nigeria, stressing that the light of faith, integrity, and unity must guide the people through difficult times. He also challenged leaders at all levels to govern with the fear of God, placing service to humanity above personal interest, so that hope can find real expression in the lives of citizens.
When things get tough and difficult, God is looking for men and women, people who will radically trust in him. And when he sees such, he will do great things.
The Divine Commonwealth Conference is an annual gathering of clergy and laity, a space to renew faith, share solutions, and remind Nigerians that in every storm, hope still speaks. This is the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to... The only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality, and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount. Arisco tomato paste, taste of Nigeria.
Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections, classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back. The incessant collapse of buildings has formed major media headlines in recent times and still poses potential risks if allowed to be overwhelmed by unskilled artisans and unprofessional bodies. The wheel of change is about to take shape in the industry as experts in the built-up environments converged on Abuja to chart a new course at the investiture of the 23rd president and induction of new fellows of the Nigerian Institute of Building. Tope Alabi reports.
In
Incidents of building collapse in Nigeria have risen to 679, claiming at least 1,639 lives, with over 180 incidents reported between 2002 and 2025, out of which 47 cases occurred across 14 states in 2024, according to reports by the Building Collapse Prevention Guild. The critical role the Nigerian Institute of Building plays in shaping the country's built environment is the crux of conversations at the investiture of the 23rd president and induction of new fellows to address challenges of poor construction practices, affordable housing, and urban planning across the nation.
The regulatory body of the building profession must keep the gate of competence firmly closed against concrete, and the ministry will provide the policy leadership.
The same way the MIE will be important in houses, the digital readiness of a house should be a precursor in 21st century.
Let your tenure be remembered as one that deepened professionalism, strengthened ethics, expanded opportunities, and amplified the voice of builders in national development.
Together, let's keep building the future.
The building code specify the roles of every professional within the industry, necessary punishment for anyone who deter or anyone who does things that causes problem.
Governor Francis Rifu, Kazim Adesina, and Jelilat Abdul Hamid were among the 38 newly inducted fellows of the institute, and the task ahead is to promote sustainable construction practices and reduce quackery, accounting for 54% of building collapses in Nigeria.
And their job is to carry everybody along and to advance more. So that's what we are expecting, advancing and enhancing the development and the technology in building profession.
We have had a meeting and we are still going to do our own best to improve the production of building in the country, to make building so easy and economical for Nigerians.
The National Building Code has been in law since 2006. We need to work with the professionals and we need to warn the quacks that people that build and collapse, they are going to go to jail.
The message for all Nigerians is to be wise, build right, and engage professional builders while leveraging adaptive technologies for affordable and safe buildings. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government has announced plans to rehabilitate existing dams and construct new ones to boost irrigation farming and hydropower generation across the country. This was made known by the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, while on an assessment tour of the Azare Jiri irrigation project and the Gurara multipurpose dam in Kaduna State, along with the permanent secretary of the ministry and some technical directors. Usman Zuberu reports.
This is the Gurara multipurpose dam constructed by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources for power generation, water supply, and agricultural activities. The dam is designed to hold about 9 million cubic meters of water. Here is the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Yusuf, on an assessment tour of the facility. He was taken around the dam, power generation, and irrigation units. The aim is to assess existing facilities, determine their current status, identify potential challenges for prompt intervention. The facility manager of the Azeri Jeri irrigation project and Gurara multipurpose dam, Ghazali Mohammed Tukur, told the minister that insecurity remained a major challenge affecting the smooth operation of the facilities. However, the management team is committed to fulfilling its mandate of supplying water to farmers and the Federal Capital Territory. The minister revealed that several multipurpose dams have been recommended for rehabilitation, while new ones also will be reconstructed, including those along the Sokoto-Badagry Highway to scale up irrigation farming and contribute more hydropower to the national grid. He emphasized that the federal government will increase investment in dam maintenance to maximize its capacity for food production, while assuring stakeholders that President Tinubu is committed to ensuring Nigeria achieve food security and pledging full support to this goal.
We believe that by the time these dams have been rehabilitated, more jobs will be created, there will be more room for irrigation farming, and the economy of this nation will be enhanced. So that is why we are moving around the country, and that is the reason why we are here also today to assess this facility.
The Gurara multipurpose dam and Azeri irrigation project were developed by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation with some component concession to Grimes and Eben for management and maintenance under a public-private partnership arrangement. Osman Zberu, NTA News.
That concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thank you for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.
Implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that are questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, we see that they are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today.
Welcome to 30 Minutes. Our focus is on next of kin. I'm Lydia Sampson.
It's not like everybody just goes around doing cesarean section. There has to be indication, there be a reason to do cesarean section.
Beef starts to come between families. This one wants this, that one wants that, and then the fight is just crazy. And
to write you as my next of kin, it means that there is that closeness between us and I trust you too much.
If cesarean section is the best option for you as a pregnant woman, go for it. Many thanks for watching. I'm Lydia Sampson.